All right, Pisces. So what do we have going on? So bottom of the deck, overall energy that we're starting with. Moving on, Six of Swords. And this also represents spiritual growth and spiritual advancement and up-levelment. Yeah, I do get the sense that with everything that's going on right now in our environment, in our country, in the world, that we are being asked to step up in a way that we've never been called to step up before. Yes, we're being called to shelter in place in certain areas. We're being called to practice social distancing. But I do get the overall sense that this is a gift. This is a gift in and of itself. It's giving us time to connect with ourselves, connect with our family members, connect with our children. And it's giving us more time to be at home. Yes, many of us are being furloughed, laid off, not able to go to work, due to the circumstances, which is creating financial burdens and hardships. But we are being asked to come together as a community, as a collective, and as a human race to support one another, to uplift one another, to check upon one another. Yeah, this is all about spiritual growth, spiritual expansion. And like I said, we are being called to do things in an extraordinary way, in ways that we haven't really connected yet. More to follow. The best is yet to come, so to speak. So is the worst. Spirit told me the best is yet to come, meaning that we are going to have a chance to really connect with one another through random acts of kindness, not just with our immediate family and social circle, but with humanity. All right. So this is a big message that's coming through. And with Pisces, many of us are light workers. Many of us are psychic mediums, intuitives. We're healers naturally. So with Pisces, I do get the sense that many of us are really feeling called and compelled to step up and really, seek out ways to assist humanity, right? So Pisces, you're being asked to shine your light. Let your light shine through, all right? However that resonates and however you wish to share your gifts, now is the time to do it. Now is the time to step up and move forward with those gifts. Yeah, because if you look at this card, this is about moving on to, a distant world, leaving an old way of life, going forward into the newness, not really knowing what to expect. You just know that you have to do it. This is the boat is surrounded by water, which is intuitive energy, just really going into our feelings, really just tapping into our emotions and trusting our intuition. And the sword energy is all about logic. And it's a good blend of logic and intuition, right? The mind and the heart space. And it's that perfect blend, perfect balance that's going to lead you towards success. That's going to help solve problems, help solve issues, and really assist those in need. All right. So I'm hearing that we're being called to arms. All right. Yeah. So take that how it resonates. Okay. So what do we have? First card out of the deck is the Ace of Swords reversed. This is how you're feeling right now, Pisces. Probably a bit of confusion, maybe a bit of, information overload, not knowing what to believe or what to think. So I do get the sense, Pisces, that you're sifting through a lot of information right now. The news is just inundating us with tons of updates, tons of, just panic stories. They're trying to be helpful, but I think in some instances they can, be adding to the hysteria. This is about turning within. This is about clearing the mental clutter and decluttering the mind and just really going inside and listening to your truth, going into your heart space and saying, all right, I understand what the media is putting out there. I understand what the local news is saying. I understand what my friends, family, and neighbors are saying. But I need to tap into my truth. And Pisces, that's exactly what we need to do. Is we need to be tapping into our truth, tapping into our spirit, and remaining in spiritual alignment right now through this crisis. That's imperative. That's the only way that we're going to be the light, that we're going to remain steadfast, to be able to help and assist others who need it the most, is if we stay calm, grounded, centered, almost sane-like, right? But yeah, so definitely breathe. Just breathe. Release and relax, let go of the stress, the anxiety, anything that's just swirling around in your mind, and just connect with spirit. There's a breathing technique, but the 4 seconds, there's a name to it. I can't think of it right now, but if you practice yoga nidra, the yoga breathing, it really helps with the centeredness. So basically what you do is you take 4 seconds, you take a deep breath in for 4 seconds, hold at the top of the breath for 4 seconds, release for 4 seconds, hold at the bottom of the breath for 4 seconds, and then just repeat that cycle over and over and over until you feel the stress, the anxiety, the fear just wash away. It's a great exercise just to breathe it out. All right. So I really do get the sense that this is us as a collective being called to breathe, to relax, to get centered, and to remain perspective on what's important. All right. The Emperor is coming through for the situation. Yeah, and I get the sense that the Emperor is coming in reverse because there is a lot of confusion going on in the world right now. And many of us may feel like there isn't really good leadership or good control at the highest levels of government protecting us and leading this effort. There's a lot of chaos. There is. But I do get the sense that, it is coming together. It is coming together. However you view the situation, whatever side of the fence you sit on. But, we do have a plan. Our top scientists are working on it. They are studying the models, of China, South Korea, and Italy, and they are collecting that data. So I feel like people are scrambling and really coming together to unite and create and provide information based on what's going on overseas. Is it perfect? No, there's no way for this to be perfect, to be a perfect reaction, to be a perfect solution. But there is a lot of chaos in the world, and there is the appearance of lack of leadership, just because we took a long time to step up to the plate and to properly prepare for this global pandemic. But this is an opportunity for you all, the light workers, to step up and lead from where you're at. Lead from a space of heart-centeredness. Lead from a place of love. Again, random acts of kindness will go a very long way, because that's what's going to be required from here on out. The situation's going to get worse. They're talking about the United States reaching a peak in the next 45 days. And then from there, the curve will start to flatten, according to what the experts are saying. And in the meantime, there's a lot of folks who, are scrambling for food. There's a lot of folks who need assistance with children, childcare. There's a lot of people in the gig industry who are hourly workers who are out of work and not earning a paycheck. So do whatever you can to step up and become a leader in this chaotic situation. Be a leader in the absence of leadership, so to speak. All right. So this is your chance, Pisces, to shine through and just to really use your gifts and lend a helping hand. And the advice is, don't resist, don't hesitate, don't give up. Don't give up the struggle. Don't give up the fight. This is the 9 of Wands in reverse. And this is a time for us to turn within and to become more reflective and introspective with where we are in this journey, where we are in our lives, and how is it that we can turn our gifts into something good and beneficial for others. All right. But this is a time to really reflect and take time to really appreciate your family members, really appreciate your loved ones, and, express gratitude for having loved ones in your lives. Yeah. Like I said, I do get the sense that in a strange, altruistic way, this situation that's going on right now really is a gift. So many of us live in the fast lane. Both parents probably work 40, 50 hours a week. And, the kids For those of you who have kids, are busy running them to athletic activities, after school activities here and there. There's probably PTA meetings, and you have dinner to make, and you're trying to get in a workout. You're trying to have a social life. You're trying to be a great parent and connect with your children. And all I kept hearing over and over and over again for years on end is there's not enough time in the day. There's not enough time in the day for me to connect with my family, to connect with my loved ones, and be the person that I want to be for them. In a weird way, now we can. Now we can. The situation is different, but we are all home now. And, children are home being, doing online courses, unable to go back to school. A lot of parents are out of work. Many of us are being told to stay home. So we're all home. We're all home together. But see that as a gift. See that as a way to connect with your family, to bond with your close friends and relatives and loved ones. Because this truly is a gift. The gift of time is what we've been given in this strange, chaotic situation. It is a global pandemic, yes, and it's very scary, very important. But there is some good that's coming out of it. So just focus on the good. Focus on the silver lining. All right? So what am I going to do next? I'm being called to, so don't dim to fit in. This card came in reversed. And the question is, how are you dimming your light in order to fit in? Right? So I feel like, because this coming in reverse, this is literally a call to arms. It's a call to arms for all the light workers. And it's saying, all right, it's time to let your light shine brightly. It's time to, turn on your spirit light, your spirit heart light. And I'm hearing a song, turn on your heart light. I think it's a Neil Diamond song. But turn on your heart light, all right? But I'm seeing that as your spiritual heart light. And it's time for you to awaken, and look at this woman. She's having a spiritual awakening, and she's allowing her light to shine brightly and proudly. Be proud of who you are, Pisces. Be proud of the light worker that you are. Some of you may still be in the spiritual closet, but this is a perfect time for you to come out and offer your gifts, your services to one another through friendship, companionship, ministering, spiritual guidance, compassionate listening, Reiki, distance Reiki, because I know that we have to, keep our distance, and, we're not allowed to be in close contact with anyone, but you can do distance Reiki, a phone call, For those of you who are readers, you can do readings online through video chat, what have you, but I do get the sense that people need comfort, people need hope and inspiration. I feel like this is your time, Pisces, to step up, turn on your heart light, let your light shine brightly and not dim it, right? Yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and check in with what I want to do. Yeah, these guys want to talk. This is Nature's Whispers. Gratitude and appreciation, absolutely. This is exactly what I was talking about. When I turned on the camera, this is part of the reason why I was compelled to turn on the camera and do this message of healing and hope and inspiration during this pandemic crisis. We have to be grateful and thankful for everything that we have in our lives right now. It may not be easy for some of us. Some of us have it worse off than others. But no matter what's going on, reflect on the good. Reflect on what's positive in your life. And it's going to get better. We have to come together as a collective, as a human race, and really practice those random acts of kindness. But we have to give love in order to receive love. And the way to do that is through appreciation and gratitude. Always give thanks to, the divine and the higher spirits for your health, for your safety, for your friends, for your loved ones, for the roof over your head. All right, there's always something to be grateful and thankful for. Let's go ahead and check in with it is time for the human race to step up and to be your best selves. Yeah, rediscovery came up. This is the Sacred Earth card. Rediscovery, absolutely. So I get the sense that this is giving us a chance to really go within ourselves and rediscover who we are at our core, rediscover who we are as human beings, and rediscover who we are as a community. You know, there's so many people out there who are going to be needing your help, your assistance, your friendship, and your support. And it's an opportunity for us to really rediscover who we truly are at our core. You know, now that many of us are out of work, we're being told to stay home. A lot of us used to be defined by our job. That was how we self-identified ourselves or self-described ourselves. You know, people say, well, who are you? What do you do? You know, or the question is, you know, tell me about yourself. Rather than saying, you know, I'm a kind, loving, compassionate person, you know, I'm a parent, blah, blah, blah. It's like, oh, I'm, you know, the executive assistant to blah, blah, blah. You know, I'm the project manager for such and such. So when we answer these questions, we always talk about our job titles. Our job titles really defined who we are, you know, or who we were. We really self-identified with that job title. And if we didn't reach a certain level in our career, or if we were turned down for promotion or whatever, that really did make an impact on us, and really impacted our self-esteem, our self-confidence, you know, it defined our self-worth. But now that that's all sort of cleared away, and we're now given a time to really be ourselves, you know, just Jess. You know, what does that mean? You know, just insert your name. Who are you? It's time to rediscover that. Who you are. Who are you? And you're not your job title. You're much more than that. You're definitely much more than that. You know, this is about you being, you know, an awesome parent, an awesome friend, an awesome spouse, an awesome girlfriend, boyfriend, awesome neighbor, you know. Yeah, just take a moment to discover that and highlight it and redefine it and make that your center. It's not about your work or what you do. It's about who you are. Let that shine through. Let that shine through. So your archangel message is coming from Archangel Gabriel, and he's bringing you a message of creative writing. This is a perfect time to be journaling and writing down our thoughts and our feelings. And he is saying, make time to write down your thoughts in a journal or pen an article or book. Yeah, absolutely. You know, now that we have time on our hands, it's allowing us to really get in touch with our thoughts and with our emotions, and to really sort of clear out the clutter and really listen to the messages of our hearts. Write down what's stressing you out. Write down what your fears are. But then turn that into a positive. Look at that as gifts, as lessons, as soul expansion, and express gratitude for that. And what are you going to do about it? How are you going to learn from it? How are you going to take a negative and turn it into a positive? Some of you are meant to write books. Some of you are meant to be speakers. Some of you are meant to really become orators of this time. You got to write that down first. You have to write your speeches first. You prepare your messages. What are you being compelled to say right now as light workers? Because Pisces, I really am feeling and hearing the message call to arms. And it's call to the spiritual arms. It's time for light workers to come up, come out, shed your light, be the beacon of hope and spirituality, you know, in this chaotic time period. Be the voice of reason, be the voice of love, be the voice of the divine. Let the divine speak through you, through your gifts. All right. And your angel message is coming through from Omega. Victory. Your desire is coming to fruition. Keep up the good work. So I feel like some of you are already on that spiritual path. I feel like some of you are already exercising your gifts and putting yourself out there and offering your healing services within reason, you know, within the health department guidelines, you know. But again, it's about showing love and compassion to those who need it the most. All right. And just be that beacon of light. All right.